Welcome, Valpo fans, to this week's edition of the Valpo Coaches Show, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. I'm Aaron Levitt. Joining me today, the head coach of the Valpo volleyball program, Carin Avery. Coach Avery, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Your strong season has continued since the last time we chatted. You're sitting one win shy of 20 on the year, 10-2 in MVC play, good for second in the conference standings. And last time we talked, it was all about the team and their mentality with the number of five-set matches you were winning. And a little bit of a different tune this time around, probably a little bit easier on your blood pressure. The last three wins all coming in three sets. Is this just a case of the team cleaning up a few things each set? That's the difference between a set win and a set loss and being able to sweep instead of going four or five.
Yeah, we do work on that in practice. We work on, end of game situations. Some of it, I think, is just, the end of the season maturity. Some of it is just kind of the focus and maybe locking in a little better. Again, we've talked to the team. We've talked about it. What was the deal with our slow starts? Nobody really had an answer. Like, we couldn't really figure out what our answer was. But we kind of made it a focal point to make sure, because we knew if we kept starting, as slow as we were, eventually it was going to catch up with us, and we're going to start losing not only, sets, but matches. So I think it was just kind of a focus, lock in mentality that we've had here down the stretch for sure. And like I said, we try to work on it in practice, but I think it's just really, just that focus right from the start from everybody.
One of the things that's stood out this year is the team's success away from home. You've matched a program record with 8 straight true road wins. You're a perfect 6-0 on the road in MVC play. What do you think it is about this group that's made them so successful on the road?
Honestly, I think one of the reasons is we have a lot of fun. The girls really honestly do love each other, and we try to have as much fun as possible, off and on the court, honestly. And I think sometimes for teams, the road is easier because you don't have when you're at home, I can monitor what they're eating, they're sleeping, when we're practicing, when they're getting up, little things like that. They don't have school, they don't have family members coming in. And I think sometimes on the road, it can be, for a lot of teams, way easier to focus than not. And I think those are two of the reasons why we've done so well this year.
Looking back a few weeks, you lose Jessica Pickett due to injury for 4 matches. Obviously, her presence in the middle, irreplaceable, can be tough not having that in there. But Maddie Moen steps into that open position. Lily Merck steps up her play in the middle. You go 3-1 in that stretch. What does that say, one, about kind of the way you use the early season to make sure everyone gets reps so
Yeah.
they've been prepared, and then two, Maddie being ready when her number got called in that situation?
Yeah, Maddie is playing unbelievably good volleyball. Again, the problem is so is Lily and so is Jess. They all three have, and you know what, Claire Campbell in the middle. She's coming back from her, a really bad injury, and she's playing really well too. And those four have really been pushing each other a lot in practice. And when you play against a really solid group, when the middles are playing against each other every day in practice, and they've all stepped up their play this year, they make each other better. So we knew that any one of the middles would be ready to go. We knew Maddie would be ready to go because she's been playing really, really well. And you know what? I guarantee we're probably going to need her sometime towards the end here. And what she gives us, and same with Claire, what they give us, not only because they are behind two outstanding middles. They are in every practice. They are locked in every practice. They are super amazing teammates. And we are blessed to have those two on our team in the middle position every day at practice.
The hallmarks of your teams over the past few years has been the balance, anyone being able to, be the go-to any given night. I think we saw that last weekend. Cadence
Yeah.
Brummett, the best weekend of her career with 2 of her top 3 single match kill totals. What was working for her last weekend, and where is it that she's really improved the most from last year as a freshman to this season?
I think cadence for her, it kind of a focus. She's playing at a much, much higher level than she played at especially at her high school. And I just think she needed to get used to like having to play at a high level every single day and then every single set and every single match. So again, just the sophomore maturity that she's brought. For me, I think her ability, like in front of the 10-foot line, like she was good last year. She was a good passer, good defender, but I think her ability this year to get kills for us has been something that, obviously everybody's seen it. And it was critical this weekend, when our right sides were off a little bit. And especially now, like people are starting to really focus on our middle and right sides, which is going to open stuff up for our outside hitters. And I thought she did a fabulous job this weekend in terms of like when we needed a kill, she was able to get a kill for us. And again, I think another reason why we were able to win in 3 sets is, again, we were good from every position this weekend, where I think if you look back at our 5-set losses, we had some deficits in certain positions on the floor that kind of were struggling. And I thought this weekend in particular, we did a good job across the board with everybody playing really steady volleyball.
So if we didn't discuss the play of Emma Hickey, obviously easy to just take it for granted at this point, but take a step back, look at what she's done recently, moving into the top 25 in NCAA D1 history and career digs, on the verge of the top 20, and then the weekly awards from the conference office, the 5-time MVC Defensive Player of the Week this year, 4 of those coming in the 6 weeks of conference play so far. Can you just touch on the excitement on all these honors for her and how she's playing here as it's coming to the tail end of her final season?
Yeah, so excited for her, happy for her. The kid works hard. She is a definite lead by example kid. She does not take a point off. She does not take a day off. She loves it. Like she loves the game of volleyball. And so it's hard not to, it's hard for her not to make everybody around her better. And so, but for her individually, I think it's been a little disappointing the last couple seasons that we haven't seen the reward of all her good play in terms of individual awards. She really struggled getting some awards last season and the season before, even though she had some really great weekends and some great matches, and she's had a great career. So I think for me personally, I just am so excited that she's seeing the benefits of all her hard work and dedication and her love of volleyball come into play now in terms of individual awards for herself. And I hopefully sky's the limit for her towards the end of the season. But again, another big reason why we are sitting where we are is definitely her play in terms of not only her ball control and her digs. And, I think something that goes overlooked is her setting ability. And I think this last week, she was at least 2 assists per set, maybe, Aaron. I don't, and, we've been able to really be successful out of system this year too. And that's directly coming from her also. So, a wonderful human being. She is an engineering major. And for those of you who don't know, I think she's a 3.999 something student. And so she's not only just a great person to have on the court, but what she represents for Valparaiso volleyball and Valparaiso University in terms of her being a scholar athlete is unbelievable.
4 matches to play in the regular season. You've already clinched a top 4 finish in the Valley this year and a home match in the MVC tournament. We don't know when it'll be yet, but there will be at least one volleyball conference tournament match at the Arc for the first time since 2005. So exciting there. With 2 weekends of regular season play left, what do you look for out of the team down the stretch to be in the best position entering the tournament?
Honestly, we're trying to, it's a tiring part of the year. We practice in the mornings. It gets hard waking up every day and kind of staying focused here at the end. But honestly, like we're literally trying to have as much fun as possible together as a group. And when I say fun too, like, we work hard on the court, but we try to do things and we try to work on things that are fun, and rewarding and challenging. And we're just trying to keep it light and fun and keep focusing on moving forward day to day. This has been, I know I feel like I say this every year, but it is such a great group, and we do not want the season to end. So we're just keeping everything day to day, and like I said, trying to keep things light, have fun, and I think if we do that, I think we're playing really good volleyball right now, and if we can just keep having fun and playing hard, I think good things can happen for us.
Team is on the road this weekend at Belmont at Murray State, home at the Arc to close the regular season next weekend, Friday versus Illinois State, next Saturday, senior day, honoring the 6 seniors against Bradley. Coach Avery, best of luck to finish out the regular season.
Thank you.
This has been the Valpo Coaches Show brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.